What up, what up, what up? It's your boy. I'm your host, Draper J, aka Brother Baldhead, aka the Mustache Menace, aka Mr. Brown Sipper. And I'm back like Stephen A. Hairline to hit you with another episode of Monday Night Mafia from your boy over here, All About the Bills. I hope everybody's going through it, getting through their week, getting through their day, no obstacles, no disruptions. Hope everybody's staying safe out there. Make sure they're staying doing that social distancing thing, if you are out in gatherings or anything of that nature. All right, now let's move over to my very first topic. Well, the topic of the show, rather. The 2021 Buffalo Bills pick predictions. All right, now when I get into this is kind of like where we're sitting at as far as like each pick, no trade up or down. I might get into that in the part two. This is part one. But part one, we're going to stay on the course of where we're sitting at just in case we don't move up, move down. I think the first pick we may trade back. To me, that makes more sense. Pick up more draft picks. And let's get right into it. All right, now. All right. With the criteria of this show, all right, I added in the 2017 draft picks, right? Of course, there wasn't Brandon Beane's draft class. It was Doug Whaley. He was the placeholder. I think McDermott was the architect of that draft. So I'm going to compile that draft class with these draft classes because we only had first, second, third, 2 fifths. We don't have a fourth this year. We have a 6th and a 7th. So we're going to stay in those parameters. We're going to stay within those picks. All right. All right. So with the first one. All right. Now, 2017. I wouldn't say Brandon Beane. I was about to say Brandon Beane. Tredavius White was picked by Sean McDermott. He was his first draft pick. 2018, you had Josh Allen, of course, Tremaine Edmonds. 2019, Ed Oliver. We didn't have a 2020 pick because of the Stephon Diggs trade. Now, going through those picks, I kind of projected where we might sit at, what we might do. We're sitting at 30, which is close to 27. So I thought maybe at this point, that we would actually draft this guy. The 2021 first round draft pick will be Asante Samuel Jr. Now, I know y'all like y'all Pastor Taines, of course. He's not gonna be there. Your JC Horns, your Sean Ways, your Thomas Grahams, your what's the other guy from Georgia? Tyson Campbell. I know you're talking about all those guys, but I think Asante Samuel Jr. will be a steal in this draft. He possibly could fall to the second round, possibly. But now, when I looked up a little film on him, I saw he's good in zone coverage. He's good in man coverage. He has a little grit, nose for the ball. And you know what I'm saying? He plays with a little edge. He's a sure tackler. He hits hard. But sometimes I think that gets him in trouble. I think they may get him into trouble as far as like after the whistle. But you need some guys with a little edge. We got a lot of choir boys already. And I've stated that before on past shows. We got a lot of choir boys already in the locker room. So we need some guys that are going to bring an edge, make you feel like, oh, when you play the Bills, you've been through something. What do y'all think about that pick? Asante Samuel Jr. And I'm, like I said, I'm very partial. If you've been checking me out from day one, if you start checking me out on my live shows, I appreciate it. You know I'm a Florida State fan. So I might be partial to it. So what do y'all think about Asante Samuel Jr.? Let me get into some of these comments. My guy, Scott Reed, what's going on? Appreciate you checking in. What up, Drake? 24/7 BF. Here, love your take, man. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it. I really appreciate that. I appreciate it. Now he gets into a take on Asante Samuel Jr. Asante Samuel looks like hell of a whole lot like Trey. You know what? And I thought about that too. You don't. And I was having a conversation with another Bills fan on Twitter about Asante Samuel. He was naming all the other guys. He even liked, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like Caleb Farley. But and I'm not opposed to Caleb Farley. I'm gonna get into that in just a second on my in my big boy review. But with Asante Samuel Jr., it's like he's already been in the system in the ACC, pro ready, played against top talent every week in and week out. You can't deny him. Good in zone, good in man, has nose for the football. He's always around to make plays. And then his pops was a damn good corner in his league already. So he knows the game, the ins and outs of the cornerback position. Why not grab somebody like him who's probably been a student of the game since he was probably knee-high to a housefly? You know what I'm saying? Pardon my countryness. So why not grab somebody like Asante Samuel Jr.? We need a bookend. We need somebody that's on the other side of the trade, over the other side of the field. They can give Levi Wallace, Dane Jackson, some type of competition. We know that this regime is very good at creating competition. Iron sharpens iron. We've heard that a lot. Let me get to another comment. We got Jerry Reed checking in. Jerry Reed, what do we trade to get him? What do we mean, trade up or down? Hey, let me know what you mean on that one. I'm kind of lost on that one. Check, yeah, hit me back. You mean trade up or down just to get Asante, or do I think he falls to us? I think perfect world, perfect storm. No, it's no telling how the top of the draft goes anyway. So you're gonna have some guys that are going to fall, that are gonna fall to you. So I'm getting this other comment by Jared. He plays man very good. His hand technique is very nice. Of course. I'm a Florida State fan. I've been checking him out. I know what his work is like. Some people don't like him because of what they may think he could be a bust. But it's the draft. It's a crapshoot. You're gambling. You know what I'm saying? You're gambling on your future. These GMs and coaches are gambling on their future. We get enough guys in here, and somebody out of each one of these classes be worth re-signing when their contract's up. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But I'm take a pause for the call for a hot second. If you check me out on Facebook, hit that like button, hit that share. Tell a friend the hashtag AATB is in. Let's make this thing trend. Over on Facebook, not Facebook, excuse me, YouTube, if you're checking me out. If you're checking me out on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and people's elbow that notification bell so you stay up to date on all my content over here, all about the Bills. Now, let's move over to the second round. Second round. All right. 2017, we drafted Zay Jones, Deion Dawkins. 2019, we didn't have a second round in 2018. Cody Ford. In 2020, AJ Epinesa. Now, here's where I would go as far as like another position that creates competition, and we've re-signed our whole supposedly offensive line, but it's just one piece I feel like that's just not untested, but let's see what we can get out of them. I went with Cree Humphrey. Now, with Cree Humphrey, let me get to my notes. Cree Humphrey, he's very agile. He has a very good base. So once he gets his hands on you, it's like it's no moving. It's like trying to hold up a brick wall. He gets under the defender's pad well. He's gritty. He's a finisher. Strong upper body. Like I said, he's like a stone wall. Good in run defense. Good at blocking. Now, this is the thing I want to see. Could we get a guy like Cree Humphrey in? I know he's a center. Could we get a guy like him that could like multiply play like guard, tackle? He's agile enough to play guard. He holds the point of attack when blocking like a tackle. Could we get someone like Cree Humphrey in to maybe push a guy like Cody Ford? Because I'm not all the way sold on him, but let's be for real. All of Sean McDermott and even Brandon Bean, when he's taken over all the other drafts, they have to have guys that develop. Now, and sure that you have guys like, once again, Trey White, Deion Dawkins, Matt Milano in 2017. When they hit, they were ballers day one. But can we have someone that can actually come in and give a guy like Cody Ford a little competition? What do y'all think? Tell me what y'all think about that Cree Humphrey pick. This is what this all is. This is what I created all this for. All the Bills fans. Let me hear what y'all think. Let's see. Jerry Reed checking back in. I like your old line take. Of course. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, brother. Scott Reed. If we address cornerback first round, I would attack best edge in second. However, Cree Humphrey would be a steal at 61 as well. Mitch is one concussion away from retiring. You know what? And you want to be careful with that. You want to have somebody, if we could bring a guy like Cree Humphrey in, they could probably slide over to a guard, slide over to a tackle. Then maybe if he could play guard, if he could push the guard position, maybe still gets beat out but makes the roster, then we have him for like as an emergency. He can come in, play center, which I don't think he'll probably do. Like year one rookie, he doesn't have like a very good rapport with Josh. I mean, fingers crossed. If fingers crossed, if we get a training camp, he can work with Josh. But you got the likes of John Feliciano, who really is like the backup center, who plays guard. So if he kicks down in the center, then we have a Cree Humphrey that can kick out to that other guard. He's agile enough. He can pull and all those good things. He can get up the field. He's athletic enough for all that. What do y'all think? Come on, somebody check. Y'all check in. Tell me what y'all think about that Cree Humphrey. I'm really liking Cree Humphrey. I like what I see out of him. I think he could be like a late day one, day two-ish type pick. But I'm thinking he may fall to us. And I was just going by just draft need and just like I said, best player available. Bet you never could go wrong with best player available in my book. So I'm checking to the comment. Scott Reed. Oh, you already showed that. All right, now let me move over to the third round. 2018 had Harrison Phillips. 2019, Devin Singletary and Dawson Knox. In 2020, Zach Moss. Somebody give me your whoever would you go? We already got Asante Samuel. We already got Cree Humphrey. Where would you go in the third round? And me and my guy A. Rich was joking a while back about, the third round is that complimentary or that side piece round. Where would you go? What would you think we need to do as far as that third round? Now, and I jumped on this one right here, but it's kind of, when I watch film, it's like certain things I didn't like, but third round guys, they're gonna be contributors. I think this guy here could be like a day one contributor. If anything, special team. Third round, over all about the Bills, I picked Jabril Cox. Now, when I checked out Jabril on tape, he's best in coverage, like covering the tight ends and the linebackers. He can play outside linebacker, little nickel, a strong safety. He reads the play well out of the backfield. But only not, he takes bad angles and he's not physical enough. Now, that kind of sounds like a guy we already have as far as like with Tremaine Edmonds. Has a lot of different things he can do well, but when it comes to like the point of attack, taking on blocks, gets washed away in the trash and sometimes take bad angles on those tackles. What do y'all think about the Jabril Cox? Let me know if that's a good pick. Am I tripping? Can we go another route? What do y'all think we should do with that third pick? Because I like Jabril Cox, what he brings to the table. And just in case somebody gets a little bit too expensive down the road, I believe he can play all three linebacker positions. Even if a little strong safety, he probably could possibly not come off the field. But, you know what I'm saying? We know how McDermott Leslie Frazier on defense like that versatile players. What do y'all think? Let me get to these comments. I see y'all got a few of them rolling in. Scott Reed, I guess he agrees with me on the Jabril Cox deal. Jared Reed, are y'all brothers? Just joking. I don't know. Y'all might be. Are y'all brothers? But Jared Reed said he puts his hat on people. Ball hawk, sure tackler, freshman of the year, led in the NCAA interception with 8. That was probably when he was with North Dakota State. He balled out at North Dakota State and got his chance to come over to LSU. Was a ball from day one. Scott Reed also checks in Booyah or Jammin Davis. I know you're trying to say Jammin Davis. I've heard a lot about Jammin. And to come to find out Jerry Reed and Scott Reed, y'all brothers. I appreciate the family love, man. I appreciate y'all for checking in. Because we have a lot of other Bills content that's out there. You could be checking in. Hey, as a matter of fact, hey, y'all check in pretty much weekly. Hey, tell a friend to tell a friend. The hashtag AATB is in. Let's make it trend. Check me out over on Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. And try to and see if you can get some more people to help join that the All About the Bills Facebook page. I appreciate y'all guys for checking in. All right, now. And they're twins. Yes, sir. 2 twin brothers. Hey, man, you can't lose when you got 2 twins checking in, man. All right, we're all family. Go Bills. Appreciate that. And Jerry Reed, you bring up a good one right here. Syracuse safety Cisco. I'm very big on Andre Cisco, and we can get him day 2 or day 3. I really like what I see out of Andre Cisco. Let me kind of pause for the calls and speak on Cisco for a second. I like Andre Cisco because he brings that hat. He brings his equipment every time he tackles. The highlights I've seen, he plays center field. He hits hard. How many guys we got out there that just hard hitting? You know what I'm saying? Michael Hyde might do a little something every so often, but we don't have anyone that when you come across that middle, or if you're in the area where you're not quite sure who's around you, you're gonna feel that helmet and those pads in their rib cage. We need to have some of that type of fear on defense. The system that we have as far as like that we're running on defense 4-3 with Sean McDermott, Leslie Frazier is good. We have the pieces in play. We just need to get stronger and faster. But we need some guys out there to have a little grit. And I think Andre Cisco is one of those type of guys, along with other guys like Boogie Basham. He's on my big boy draft day wish list. I'll get into it a little bit later. Now, let me move along over to my next one. Let's go to the 5th round. Of course, we have no 4th round because of the Stephon Diggs trade. Of course. So now we have a 5th round. So who do you think we need to go grab in that 5th? All right, we got Asante Samuel Jr. We got Cree Humphrey. We got Jabril Cox. Who do you think we need to go grab? Now, let's go through our past draft picks in the 5th round. All right, now, 5th round, 2017, we had Matt Milano. We had Matt Milano. 2018, Serene Neal. 2019, Rashawn Joseph. 2020, Jake Fromm. All right, now, it seems like the 5th round is like the round, 4th, 5th round for our regime. Seems like we're just going to take a flyer on the guy, see what he really is at. I mean, push come to shove, maybe be a contributor, somebody who can put on special teams. You know how our regime loves those special team guys. They can hold a roster spot because they can play special teams and they're good at their position. Now with Matt Milano, I don't think they knew Matt Milano was going to be the guy he was. To me, I mean, I would like more out of Matt to be more sure in that coverage game because he's the coverage linebacker. You know, he didn't play. He played. He was injured here and there, off and on throughout the season. They could have contributed or attributed. If that's the right term, tell me attributed, attributed or contributed to some of his reasons why he was slacking in the coverage game against a lot of tight ends. We were having a lot of problem with those guys. Seren Neal, special teams guy, that could step in and play a little slot corner, a little strong safety. And moving over to Vashawn Joseph, he was a project. Seems like the 5th round is like the project round, or we're just gonna grab a guy and see what we can get out of him. Jake Fromm, project. We're just gonna hold on to him to the point that let's see what we can get out of him. But I'm kind of worried about Jake to the point of where if we go out and sign Mitch Trubisky, if we go out and sign Mitch Trubisky, and we have supposedly the placeholder for the number 2 spot, everybody and their mama knew that Matt Barkley is not a backup quarterback. He was a cheerleader. He might have been one of the Jills. And y'all remember the Jills? Bring the Jills back, by the way. I don't know. Might not want to bring the Jills back. When we had the Jills, I think we were losing. We don't need any more bad juju. Now, let the Jills stay wherever they're at there. But Matt Barkley was that guy. So, now I'm moving to my 5th round pick. Two that I've chosen in the 5th round. Like I said, it seems like the 5th round is always that round where we take a fly on players, see what we can get out of them. So, my 2 picks, we have 2 5th round picks. Of course, is Cameron Sample and Shi Smith. Cameron Sample out of Tulane. When I checked him out on film, there's a lot of things I didn't like about him, but he's a project, so let's just be easy on him. He gets lost in the scrum. He struggles to get out the block. Like I said, maybe a project, and we can see what he can bring as far as on special teams. Can he be like Darryl Johnson? He seems like he could be one of those guys that just runs down the field and just hits somebody. He could be that. You don't have to worry about, wrestling with somebody that's like twice your size, another offensive tackle. He can just run straight down the field. As long as you can just break that initial block and get down there and make the tackle. He could be that guy. But now, with Shi Smith, when I seen him at the recent Senior Bowl. I checked him out there. Now, he's very athletic. For his size, he has a jump ball red zone target type of aspect about him. He plays just a little bit bigger than what he is, 5'10", 190. He can play slot, he can play outside. But as far as like on the run blocking, which is what we need to get better at because we want to run the ball this year, he's not that good at. But when if he's a decent to okay receiver, he comes in and gives us that Gabe Davis type of production that we're not even looking for, then who cares about blocking, honestly. I don't know what we may do as far as like the run game this year. What do y'all think we need to do? I mean, do you think we're gonna run the ball just a little bit more, or just we're gonna ride with Josh? I think we need to go. I mean, because Josh had that / MVP type season last year, I don't want to burn him out. Let's make sure we keep a decent run game behind him. What do y'all think? Let me jump to some of these comments. Jerry Reed says, trade away the 5th with Singletary for another 2nd round. You think so? Or another 3rd round? I don't know. I'm not ready to just get rid of Motor right now because we got two young running backs. And let's just like I said earlier in this show, you have Bean's draft picks. Outside of, he wasn't a part of the Trey White, Deion Dawkins, Matt Milano. He wasn't a part of it. He was in the building, but he wasn't the GM. Now he wasn't even in the building. He was hired after that. Excuse me. So prior to that, before that, after that, everything else is him. You got Josh Allen, Tremaine Edmonds. Tremaine Edmonds is still just so raw. We don't even know what we have in him. Josh Allen, we see what the jump he's made. I've been watching football for I don't know how long. I think at least 20 plus years, and I've never seen a quarterback make that type of jump. After the first 2 years, I thought Josh was going to be just a steady hand, maybe make a jump or so 4th, 5th year, and we'll see what we have in him. If not, we're going to go back to the drawing board and find somebody else. But he made that jump. Same thing with guys like, we gotta be patient. We get the same thing with guys like AJ Epinesa, Ed Oliver. I get into him a little bit later. Devin Singletary, Dawson Knox. I think these are going to be guys that are going to be contributors to this team sooner rather than later. And I get into Dawson Knox and Ed Oliver, why I feel like that a little bit, as I come close to the end of the show. What do y'all think about Shi Smith and Cameron Sample? Cameron Sample, I really just think he probably could come in, be a camp body, 5th round. And and like I said, it's a project. Who knows what McDermott and Leslie Frazier can do with this guy? Who knows? They can have him come in and be the next Lawrence Taylor. Who knows now? But as what I've seen on tape, he struggles to get off blocks and things of that nature. He could probably be decent on special teams. If he come in and brings quality on special teams, that's a plus. Shi Smith, the same thing. All those good things I said about Shi Smith, if he can at least be a kick returner or a punt returner. Because I don't know if Isaiah McKenzie may be able to fill that role. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if Isaiah probably, let's just say Isaiah's the punt returner. We need somebody that can still return kicks. But then it still goes against my rule or my law or what I thought about earlier, like if we just compact that whole position, get rid of Isaiah and go after Cordell Patterson. Then it'll be somebody else that be holding down the roster spot. Hopefully he can actually resonate to the NFL game. All right, now let's move over to the 6th round. 6th round. 6th round we got, of course, first year was, make sure I got everything together. First year was Tanner Vallejo, 2017. Tanner Vallejo. I remember that name, but I don't remember him ever taking a snap on the field. I think it was a linebacker. 2018. Yeah, Ray McLeod. Kind of. We tried to work with Ray, but it looked like he's carved out a niche over there in Pittsburgh. They seem to like him over there as a return guy, but he wasn't that here. 2019, we got Jacquard Johnson. Now, Jacquard Johnson was a very good special teams guy, but can he play safety? It's still out on him. 2020, we had straight Bass, homie. Tyler Bass. We got Bass, and we got Isaiah Hodgins in the 6th round. Isaiah Hodgins, the book is still out. Now, let's just go through all those picks right quick before I reveal mine. Tanner Vallejo, he isn't on the team. Ray McLeod isn't on the team. Jacquard Johnson, still on the team. Tyler Bass and Isaiah Hodgins are only two. Now, Tyler Bass, Jacquard Johnson are the only two out of the 6 rounds out of the past 4 seasons that we've drafted that have been contributors. One guy has been might actually be a mainstay with Tyler Bass. Isaiah Hodgins, we don't know what we have in him. So now, with the 6th round, 6th round, I think we should pick up Jonathan Cooper out of Ohio State. Now, what I'm saying out of Jonathan Cooper, this guy is very good, has a good inside move, plays with his hands, swim move, all that. He's very quick. He's a speed rusher and has a good motor. We need somebody that possibly has those tools that hasn't completely just put it together. If I think if Jonathan Cooper is coached right, and he puts everything together, then I believe we have something, and this coaching staff can cultivate that. I believe we have something that could possibly be a damn good contributor for years to come. I'm not gonna say Hall of Famer. Don't quote me on saying that. But I believe Jonathan Cooper could be a decent pickup in this spot. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Tell me what y'all think. What should we do what should we do at sixth round? But I'm really digging Jonathan Cooper. I'm liking what I see out of him. He's played in the Big Ten. He played with the big boys. Not the saying that like if you play for a smaller conference, it doesn't matter. Because you never can really measure the heart of the dog, as long as you have dog in you. And Jonathan Cooper seems like he has dog in him. And a lot of these picks I'm coming down with Deshaun Smith, Cameron Samples, Jonathan Cooper, they could be camp bodies, but we just want to see, can you bring somebody in has a chip on their shoulder? If somebody has a chip on their shoulder, let's see what they bring to the table. All right? Now, let's move to the 7th round. 7th round. All right, now, in 2018, we had Austin Pro. 2019, Tommy Sweeney. 2020, Dane Jackson. Now, Austin Pro isn't on the team anymore. He's not with us anymore on the squad. But guys like Tommy Sweeney, Dane Jackson, these are guys that we're just looking like, what can you have potential? Can you actually compete for a starting role? Tommy Sweeney, he's a good blocker, good in the pass game. But if we're having issues like as far as like the consistency of Dawson Knox, and you can't beat out Dawson Knox, what does they say about Tommy Sweeney? It's just a question. But I think Tommy Sweeney, I really liked him in preseason. To me, I would have rather started Sweeney over Knox, but who knows? I don't know what goes on in practice. I don't know what they saw or didn't see out of the guy. But here's my 6th round pick. With the 6th pick, all about the Bills picks. Oh, no, with the 7th pick. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. I'm in the 7th round. Why did somebody let me know I was tripping? But anyway, Javon Hawkins out of Louisville. Now, this is another guy that could possibly be a camp body. He's small, shifty. He has toughness. He hits the hole, and he's gone. He doesn't do a lot of dancing. He seems like he does. That's why I feel like he's way too low. He could be a steal for somebody, put him in the right system, and he's an all-purpose back. Somebody that could possibly come in, create competition for Breeder, Singletary, Zach Moss. And if he can, let's see what he can do as far as a return game. We need return guys. We need people that can return kicks. Andre Roberts, he gone to Houston. He saw greener pastures over there in Houston, so he got on down. Tell me what y'all think as far as like with the pick. I like Javon Hawkins just for the simple fact, maybe a camp body, somebody that could possibly come in and bring in competition. Javon Hawkins. Now, and I picked him up in like, I think my last week mock draft. I didn't look anything. I didn't look him up till this week right here. And I think I came away impressed. If a guy like this is their 7th round, I think he could be something we could use. He has different type of capabilities. You return game, or it could be our starting running back. Or push the younger guys that we already have. I didn't say I wanted to draft like maybe earlier running backs like Javonte Williams, Michael Carter, ETN, Najee Harris. Get somebody in the lower round, has a chip on their shoulder. Let's see what they bring to the table. All right, now there comes to a close as far as like with my mock draft or whatnot. But let's take a pause for the call. If you check me out over on Facebook, hit that like button, hit that share button, tell a friend to tell a friend. The hashtag AATB is in. Let's make this thing trend. And if you check me out on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to make sure you stay up to date on everything all about the Bills. All right. And I appreciate everyone for checking in. Appreciate everyone checking in, throwing out comments out there. I really appreciate that. It takes hard work to make sure you keep this thing together, and then you got people that actually kind of notice that and come in, comment, check in. Hey, that means a lot to me. I appreciate it. All right, now I'm gonna reveal my big board, my draft day, my big board wish list draft day 1. All right, now these are the guys that I will be most happiest with if everything failed and we could get one of these guys here. Of course, I said Asante Samuel Jr., but like I said, Florida State, I'm very partial to him. But if we can get these guys here, I think they could be contributors day 1. Now, the disclaimer, this is not finished. This is not a finished product. This is not a finished product or whatnot. So it's going to change and all that. And then when we get close to draft day, I'll put out my whole draft day wish list, my big board. All right. The linebacker out of Notre Dame, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. If I say his name right, they call him Joker. Linebacker out of Notre Dame. All right. Xavier Collins, linebacker out of Tulsa. Quiddy Pay, DN out of Michigan. Caleb Farley, cornerback out of Virginia Tech. Gregory Rousseau, DN out of Miami. Carlos Boogie Basham, DN out of Wake Forest. I really like him. I really like him and Xavier Collins. Xavier can play a lot of multiple positions, I think, in our defense, and he doesn't have to come out the field. And I like Carlos Boogie Basham only because of his grit and he seems like he has a little dog in him. Who do we have on our team that has that dog in him? Somebody tell me. Somebody hit me up. Let me know. All right. Joseph Asai, DN out of Texas. Trey Smith. Don't think he's going to be there, but who knows now? Crazy things that happen. God and offensive tackle. Somebody can come in and bring competition. I'm always for that. Iron sharpens iron. Nobody gets comfortable. Najee Harris and Travis Etienne. What do y'all feel about as far as like on that? My draft list, my big board wish list draft day 1. What do y'all think about that? Now, before I move on to my next one, let me go ahead and do a recap on my All About the Bills pick prediction. All right, now let me take this down. All right, now got once again All About the Bills pick prediction. At 30, got Asante Samuel Jr., cornerback out of Florida State. Got at pick 61, Cree Humphrey, Jr. out of Oklahoma, offensive lineman. You got at 93, Jabril Cox, linebacker out of LSU. 161, at Cameron Sample, DN out of Tulane. You got Shy Smith at 174, wide receiver out of South Carolina. 213, DN out of Ohio State. You got 236, Javon Hawkins. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think with that? I will post that, and I'll post, and I also have my week 3 mock draft out there. So if anybody wants to check it out, it's all over my social media platforms. I'll be posting my pick predictions and my mock drafts. Now I also be getting together all my big board wish list day 1, day 2, day 3. I'll be getting all that together for y'all too. Just make sure I put it out there, just so to see who stays on pace. Who do we come up with, right? All right, now draft day big board wish list 2, whatever you want to call it. All right, now I'm gonna run through it. You got Rashad Weaver, Hassan DN out of Pittsburgh, Hassan Nazaruddin, outside linebacker, Florida State, of course. I think he can play multiple positions. Richie Grant, who I really started liking because he has that versatility. He can play a lot of different positions in the secondary. You got Javonte Williams, Michael Carter, the two running mates out of University of North Carolina. I like either one of those guys. Jay Tufulele out of the defensive tackle out of USC. And also Kenneth Gainwell, Demetri Felton, two Gainwell out of the University of Memphis, hometown hero down here where I'm at, and UCLA, Demetri Felton. Both of them play running back, wide receiver. Reason why I like those two guys because who knows what may go on with Isaiah McKenzie. You need somebody who can kind of push him for that roster spot. So if he gets comfortable, then we have nothing. But if he's just at that point to where I can't get comfortable, got the two young guys behind me, I might need to be on top of my A game. All right. So now let me go before we get out of here. Let me get into my breakout players. Breakout. And before I really just put it out there, let me give you a disclaimer. When I say breakout or impact players, these are two guys I think in our offense. I pick one on offense. I pick one on defense. These are two guys that I think that may actually make a lot of impact plays. They made impact plays in the past. They've done things. They've shown flashes. But I think these are going to be guys that the numbers going to increase just a little bit. And I think they're going to consistently make big plays this year. Now, the numbers that I throw to you, as far as like the stat prediction, they may not be like mind blowing, but I think these two guys here are going to be two players that are going to be making more impact plays. All right, now before we get out of here, my guy Dawson Knox. All right, now my prediction for him, I think he had about 50 catches, 600 yards, 6 touchdowns. But like I said once before, he's going to be one of those guys I think is going to make a lot of impact plays. He's going to be going into his third year with the offensive coordinator, Brian Daboll. And this show, can Daboll really, is it just the quarterback you can progress and help grow, or is it all young players? This is going to be real big into showing, can he go and coach a team? Okay, if you're good at developing a quarterback, okay, cool. That'll get you most jobs. You know what I'm saying? That might get you about 3 years if you really don't really do too much. Then you probably come back down to the offensive coordinator position somewhere. But can you progress or can you develop other players on the offense? Third year. This will be his third year with Brian Daboll. Like I say, he's shown flashes at times. But in this third year, seriously, he has to be able to put it together. It's time. And I think with all those drops and all those things, it come from a concentration issue. Because I think it's by him not really getting the ball much in college. He had A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf. He was like the third or fourth option. He was like a distant memory as far as their offense. I think he wasn't used to being that wide open and getting the ball. I may be making excuses for him. But I think that's probably some of those reasons. And then, concentrate, because he catches everything tough. He'll catch it with somebody on him, two people on him, in traffic, all that stuff. But it's just like when you have those layups, when you should just be right there by yourself, nothing should be impeding you from catching the ball. He drops those. And like I said earlier in the show, Bean and his regime here, everybody he's picked, with this guy, with Dawson Knox, and the next guy I'm gonna throw out there before we get out of here. You got to give these guys time to develop. Dawson Knox, I'm not ready to be through with him because he showed that he is a good tight end. He can be a good tight end. He can be that guy that we can be like, Zach, who? We don't even remember who's Zach Ertz. You know what I'm saying? He could be that dude. But what y'all think? Tell me in the comment section. Hit me up. DM me if you don't feel like talking to me right now. But I think Dawson Knox could be that guy that could be probably a breakout, if not / impactful player this year that can make a lot more big plays, maybe even game-winning plays, or plays that keep a lot of drives going. I think this is the year for guys like him and this next guy, Ed Oliver. Now, you've been by you being picked first round, 8th pick. You played out of position last season. Star wasn't there. Star coming back. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. And he also will be going into his 3rd year or so with McDermott and Leslie Frazier, 2 defensive minded coaches. Show flashes just like Dawson Knox. But I think what they need to do is they need to do away with the rotation. Just for him, at least. I mean, you draft a guy this high. Why would you do away with, why would you keep that rotation thing going? It's time to go ahead and take the training wheels off and see what you got. Then if he's not that guy, then by that 4th year, okay, whatever he does, okay, he have a career year. That's a plus for us, but we're gonna go ahead and let him go, get his money wherever else, and then we're gonna go another route. But this come to the end of this show. I appreciate everybody for checking in. It's always fun, whether it's one person checking in or 100 people checking in. I really love doing this. Now, if you really want to go check out if you rocking with what I'm doing, check me out on Facebook, All About the Bills YouTube channel. If you're really rocking with what I'm doing, make sure you go check out aatb.buzzsprout.com. I have a podcast of the actual live show that's on Spotify, Deezer, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Pandora. And you can go right into aatb.buzzsprout.com. Check it out from that interface, or you can go into any one of those podcast providers, and it has links to all my social media sites. So, got one more comment to just creep in. Let's check this comment out before we get out of here. My guy, Mike. Nah, my man, ED. I don't know, Iron Mike. You've been sipping the sauce, ain't it? Gotta stay. No, man, it's over. It's over with. Hey, do me a favor though, Iron Mike. That's my boy from over there, Builtinbuffalo, one of my teammates. Hey, go over there and check out that replay. Check out that replay. I think it was a pretty good show. But I appreciate everybody for checking in every week. Like I said, if it's 2 people or 200 people, I don't care. I'm showing up every week. And make sure y'all hear what my take. That's why I created for my take from the Bills fan base. Throw it out there. Talk to you guys. Y'all talk back to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I created for. Just simple dialogue, just good dialogue. But I'm out of here like last year. Peace. Go Bills.